Animals and Clean Drinking Water: How to Help Animals Get Their Share as World Water Resources Decline, by Thomas Holliday, Boston. Chapter 8, The Role of Government. Like all bureaucracies in world government, whether international or national, the actual goals of these groups often overlap, especially with biodiversity and water issues, which go hand in hand and interest many constituencies. This chapter will begin to define roles of the agencies, with further explanations to follow. Much of the work of these agencies is controversial, both between nations and inside nations. Nationalism plays a great role in the standardization of particular efforts to clean waterways and to protect nature. Often these conflicts must be settled in court, and resolution is thus delayed. The largest actors on the world stage in water and biodiversity policy development are likely to be the United Nations and one of its major supporters, the United States. As a matter of fact, the United States may donate as much as 1/5 of the United Nations' income, not including some of the smaller short-term programs around the world. The United Nations seeks guidelines for planet development that are agreed to by all the members. These are discussed at various meetings, started by the Millennium Development Goals, MDG, agreed at Rio in 2000. These are now updated to the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, the second of which is targeted towards environmental challenges. See Open Working Group on SDG. From this, the United Nations has organized its water program and its biodiversity program closely associated with those of the United States and other countries. See UN Water, a post-2015 global goal for water, including water resources. Element 2, ecosystems. Element 2 of this goal includes 1. Indicating changes in freshwater ecosystem area and condition. 2. Monitoring the Red List of Threatened Species and Living Planet Index for Flora and Fauna. International Union for the Conservation of Nature, IUCN, publishes the Red List of threatened species. 3. Measuring environmental water stress based on deviation from natural flow. The desired outcome related to animals and water will be water allocation decisions that will consider impacts of water use on ecosystems to ensure sustainable withdrawals in the long run. In general, all governments have developed 3 roles in carrying out these policies. There is a general coordinating agency, which is a kind of headquarters to which all the individual work groups report. Here the plans are instituted and researched for effectiveness. Second, some kind of financing for projects is set up to administer funds. Finally, an engineering complement is organized to carry out projects. In the United Nations, the major agency is UN Water, which is primarily for water but has a biodiversity complement. The United Nations finances these programs through the World Bank and through a subgroup called Global Environmental Facility, GEF, which works with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. UNDP contracts the projects. UNESCO, with its science department, does this reporting and follow up on the success of programs. In the United States, the program is similar. First of all, the programs in the United States are linked to the world programs in every way possible given national needs. The United States is a major financial contributor to the UN and learns from the UN experts that work in water and biodiversity. The EPA is a major U.S. agency developed with water. It serves under the Clean Water Act as well as various environmental acts. The primary agency for contracting the water projects is the U.S. Army Engineers, which also serves with the United Nations Development Program. The financing of U.S. projects is carried out in disbursements from Congress. Also, a new agency called Water Infrastructure Finance and Innovation Authority is involved in major water projects. Follow-up in the United States with effectiveness studies are done with congressional analysis, the Office of Management and Budget, and input from the evaluation of UNESCO as it studies world plans. In the UN, UNESCO contributes to the biodiversity programs which are in the SDG goals. As such, they work with the UN water programs hand in hand. The administration of biodiversity work in the United Nations is the Secretariat of the Convention on Biodiversity. In the U.S., the EPA has a major biodiversity role. Agencies such as Fish and Wildlife link with the EPA and carry out relevant laws and regulations.